Hi guys, my name is James Pitt and I'm the senior number 2 mechanic on Lance Stroll's car, and you'll be joining me this week at the Austrian Grand Prix.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us here for our TikTok live on the Aston Martin Formula 1 Team channels here from Austria. So we would like to start by a little introduction to yourself, who you are, your background, and what we're going to do this afternoon.
Well, first of all, hello. Welcome here in the FIA Formula 1 Safety Car Garage here at Space Safety Car. To my personal history, I've been racing in the 90s and 2000s, DTM, ITC, FIA GT Championship, and since 2000 I'm driving the safety car in Formula 1 and as well for the support races, Formula 2, Formula 3. It's a good feeling to protect the drivers, to do your job as good as possible.
Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is James Pitt and I am the senior number 2 mechanic on Lance Stroll's car. So typical Thursday for us, the car is mostly built, so we get into the procedure aspect of the car, brake bleeds, systems checks, communication between the side bench and the car, followed by setup procedure mostly. Then we get into fire-ups and then usually pit stop practice to round out the day. So as a senior number 2, my key roles are to work closely with the number 1. We flick back between jobs, between each other. I base myself quite heavily on the engine installation, gearbox installation, left-hand side a lot of the time, and if the front end's got a lot on, then I'll jump on that. Same with the rear end, just generally go where the work is required, just to get us on to the point in the day where we need to be. It's Thursday evening, and as you can see behind me, we're all leaving the paddock because we've hit curfew time, so we have to be out the gate by a specific time. It's Friday here in Austria, and now that the curfew time is finished, we all get into the garage. Typically we'll get the car back on the stands and get it ready for a fire up. So the heat has been on all night, so the engine is up to temperature. We'll do a few systems checks, and then we'll fire it up, make sure we're happy, and then any last minute changes from the engineers. Other than that, we'll just get ready for Lance to jump in and ready for FP1.
Hi guys, welcome to TikTok Live. This is my first one actually, so hopefully we do alright. We're going to be joined by Mikey as well, who's Seb's number 1.
So at the moment, the car's on show and tell, it's what they call show and tell. So they're just sitting here built, ready to go for FP1 and qualifying. After the pit stop match is done, we'll wait here for about 45 minutes and then everybody can have a little look. You probably saw this on the post the other day, Mikey P's tool tray. And then things like we have setup drawers for parts of bodywork and just keep everything nice and organised. Exactly the same on this side with.
Oh, that is actually, that's very nicely trimmed.
Nice and trimmed. So that's what we do in the winter.
But have a good day, guys, and make sure you keep supporting us for qualifying and the race this weekend.
Cheers, guys.
Good afternoon, everybody. You joined us here on Friday afternoon for FP1. Currently, Lance has been strapped in, and we're about to do the weight checks for the car and the driver before we head out for the session. Once we do that, we'll wait for the signal from the engineer and hopefully go out on the green. So now we've just completed the weight checks. My role, I stay on the left-hand side of the car. I gun both the wheels on, and then I return to the left rear and remove the blanket at the call of the number 1. Now I return to my wheel, get the blanket ready for removal, and wait for the engineer's call to release the car. After just walk around the car, visually looking at the bodywork, wings, anything that could potentially be broken. Keep an eye on the brake temps as the fans cool them down. We'll wait for the engineer to call what he wants for the car. Right, so the engineer's just told Lance to box. My job, I do the left rear brake fan, and obviously just keep an eye on that in the garage. Well, that's it for FP1. Just check the weight of the car, and we'll get ready for quali. Due to it being a sprint race. Quali is now on the Friday night, not the Saturday night. It's a slightly different format this week. Morning everyone, you join me on Saturday morning in Austria. It's a sprint weekend this weekend, so slightly different format for us compared to normal. This morning we've just had fire-ups to do, general checks over the car, and now we're going to get ready for pit stop practice. A bit of a sprint race compared to the normal Sunday race. For my specific role, preparation is very similar. We still get pit stop practice in, we still have to get suited and booted, take all the equipment to the grid. We have slightly less time on the grid compared to the Sunday race, but procedure-wise, we're very similar. We have to be ready for anything, whether it's a red flag, changing weather. But for me, my duty stays the same for both races. Best go and get warmed up for pit stop practice, get my helmet on, and join me in a second to see what I do. Head out for pit stop practice. Just check my gun operation, just to make sure I'm happy with it. We're going to perform a systems check, so this involves jacking the car up with the jacks. The reason why we practice is to just get into the same motion and the same habits for every stop that we do. If we practice, if there's any scenes that arise and any corner has an issue, we'll try and work through that and get the stop done. We don't really stop and sort of make it worse, we just get through it. And if it happens again in the race, we know how to react. And now we'll get back into the garage and get the cars ready for FP2 as we're out in half an hour.
Ja, das ist richtig. Das meine ich. Ja, rather deal with two. I know from experience.
That's a sprint done. It's unfortunate for Seb. to retire at the end there. It's good for Lance, made up some places, so that'll help us for the start of the race tomorrow. We're just waiting to get the cars back this evening. We'll have about an hour or so to just have a quick visual over the car, check if it's broken, get some requests in if there is anything broken, and then we'll come back in the morning and we'll just carry on our prep ready for the race. Good morning from Austria on Sunday morning. This is before the main race, and we've come in this morning, so we've put fuel in the car, and then the FIA came over to us this morning and actually required a floor legality check. They were there for about half an hour or so. They just check over a few bits. We've just completed pit stop practice. Yeah, we've reached that point on Sunday morning now where the cars are ready to go, and now we just have to get ourselves into the mindset ready for the race. A little bit about myself. Motorsport wasn't really my thing when I was growing up. I got into it at the end of school for a college course, got the buzz for it, and I haven't looked back since. University, got some full-time jobs in junior formulas, worked my way up through the different categories over the last few years, and now I'm here. It's my 5th season with the team, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And for anyone out there that fancies it, just got to get involved and go for it. One of the main things I really enjoy about being in the team, I really enjoy the pit stops, the practice, the camaraderie between the members, especially our corner crew, so we have a tight-knit bond. But even the car crews themselves, we always mix in together, inside and outside of work. Even when it's not going too well, we all muck in and we just get it all done, and everyone's super excited. Gonna have one final look around the car, make sure it's ready to leave the garage. Once it's gone, we'll set the garage up, and then we'll meet the car on the grid. See you there.
We were training every day.
Well, that's the Austrian Grand Prix done. Not the results we wanted this weekend. However, we're trying to come back stronger in France. For us now, we're sort of stripping the cars, sending some stuff back to the factory to turn around. Some of the trucks will go straight to France. They're sort of the garage build, the equipment side of things. The cars and all the spares, they'll go back to the UK. There'll be stuff that will be turned around, swapped about, maybe even a bit of work pre-build for the cars before France, and that will head out later on in the week. Hope you've enjoyed watching this Insider through my perspective, and join us again in France.